All right, thank you very much for joining me. This is Gulpain back again. Just a quick video, and today I'm going to go through Holy Grail games. So I don't know what you call it, like most wanted games, or you know, like the kind of the unattainable games that are sort of like hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and to find them in the boxes or to find them, you know, complete, it's just really, really difficult. So I just want to ask you, what are your five? I don't know. I just picked 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got 5 here. Or like, is there a collector's edition of a game you want or something like that? But it's kind of like, it's either really rare or like so rare that, you know, it's almost impossible to get. Like, I'm not talking about, you know, like stadium events or something like that, which is, you know, or the Nintendo World Championships. I mean, everyone wants those, like, but like these ones I have here are still sort of gettable, like, you know, but they're just so expensive or so hard to find them that it's quite difficult. I know that that's probably the case for Nintendo World Championship as well, but those are like, I mean, you know, those are, my mind has already decided the possibility of getting those is so remote that I'm not going to even want them, like, so. So let's have a look at some Holy Grail games that I want. All right, so the first one, I've got a few Super Nintendo games here, actually, a lot of Super Nintendo games, because the Super Nintendo is one I want to get the RPGs for. So one of my favorite YouTube channels, well, he's retired now, but is 16-Bit Gems, and he does a load of reviews of like some old RPGs on the Super Nintendo, and then I went and played some of them, emulated them, obviously not the original cartridge because it's too expensive. So I went and played some of them, and Soul Blazer was one I really liked. It's fantastic. It's like, it's got that. It's kind of an action RPG, but it's also like a building one. So it's like, everyone kind of compares it to ActRaiser a little bit, but it's not really like ActRaiser. It is in a sense where there's two competing game styles, or 2 different game styles. There's one where you go into the dungeon, and there's another one where you have to build a town. So it's really, really cool. It's really nice, and there's an RPG story going on as well. So this one, Soul Blazer, and the next one are part of the unofficial, I think it's called the Gaia trilogy, or in Europe we'd call it the Time trilogy, because where is it? So these games, so this is one of the trilogies, the Illusion of Time. So this one is just a regular kind of, well, it's a Western RPG, I suppose you'd call it. It's like it's more Western than Japanese, but it's still like a kind of a JRPG or action RPG. So there's the Gaia trilogy. That one's called Illusion of Gaia in America. So you have this unofficial Gaia trilogy with Soul Blazer, and then the third one, I think the third one, is Terranigma. So Terranigma is another RPG for the Super Nintendo. That one I really want to get. That looks like an amazing game. I've played a bit of it on emulator, but I didn't want to play too much because I wanted to buy the game before, like buy the physical copy before I kind of play through it. I had also planned on getting a Super Nintendo and basically playing them on the Super Nintendo as well. Which I probably would, like, because you pick up a Super Nintendo, you know, like an old yellow one, for probably not that much. So Soul Blazer Terranigma to complete the Gaia trilogy, or the Time trilogy as we'd call it. We'd call it the Time trilogy in Europe. And then another couple of Super Nintendo games I want, or these are also on the Nintendo DS, well, one of them is anyway. And I think there's a Game Boy one as well, but Lufia 1 and 2. So Lufia Rise of the Sinistrals. I think Lufia 2 is actually Lufia 1, and then Lufia 1 basically is like the sequel, or Lufia 2 is a prequel. So you're actually better off playing Lufia 2 than Lufia 1, I believe, according to reviews I've heard anyway. So Lufia looks really good. It looks like a Japanese RPG. I love those. I really like just getting stuck into them and just kind of just playing them for ages and ages and ages. I absolutely love them. I've got so many of them there as well that I don't know, I just may add a few more. So Lufia 1 and 2 on the Super Nintendo. I also want to get the one on the DS. I think it might be a remake of them. I can't remember. I haven't done some research into it. There's also the Game Boy one. I'm not really gone on the Game Boy one because I don't really like the Game Boy games. They're just too old-fashioned. It's kind of like playing like a Master System RPG or something, or a Game Gear RPG. It's just too old-fashioned, unless you really, really like the series.
Here comes a new challenger!
So that's 5 Holy Grail games there. So if you've got some Holy Grail games, I encourage you to leave them in the comment section below, or why not do a video response. Best thing to do is a video response, so I can go watch you talk about it, whoever you are. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios. Thanks very much.